it's me, Mrs. K. Thanks for watching my channel. Hey, it's Mrs. K. I'm gonna read aloud a story to you today, and I really love this story, so I hope you enjoy it. Before I read the story today, I want to talk to you about things that good readers do. The first thing that good readers do is make predictions. Remember, a prediction is where you make a guess about what's going to happen in the story. The second thing that good readers do is make connections. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more today. Making connections can be done in lots of ways. The first way to make a connection is to think about something that happened in your own life that's happening in the story. Maybe the story is about going to the beach and you've been to the beach before. Or maybe the story is about a big brother or a big sister and you have a big brother or a big sister. We can make connections with the book and our own life. That's the first way to make a connection. The second way to make a connection is to make a connection between two different stories. For example, you can read more than one book about flowers, more than one book about mice, more than one book about fish, and so you can make connections between two different books or two different stories. They might have the same things going on. The third way to make a connection is to make a connection between a story and things that happen in real life. Even if they didn't happen to you, you may have watched a movie or seen somebody else do something that's happening in the story. So the three ways to make a connection are to make a connection to yourself and the story, the second way between two stories, and the third way is between the story and things that happen in real life. So let's get started with our read aloud, and I want you to practice making connections to this story. This story is called The Seasons of Arnold's Apple Tree by Gail Gibbons. I'm looking at it right now and I'm thinking I can make a connection to this because I've climbed a tree just like the little boy in the story. So there's one way to make connections. Let's see how many connections you can make while I read this book. Arnold climbs up high into the branches of the apple tree. He can see far, far away in every direction. This is Arnold's very own secret place. This is Arnold's apple tree. Arnold's tree keeps him very busy all through the year. It is spring. Arnold watches the small buds grow on his apple tree. Some of the buds develop into sweet-smelling apple blossoms. Carefully and quietly, Arnold watches bees collect nectar from the blossoms to make honey. Arnold makes a swing for his apple tree. You know, I may have never swung on a tree, but I have swung on a swing set before, so there's another connection I can make. He weaves an apple blossom wreath and hangs it from a branch. Oh, look how pretty a wreath. I can think of times that I've seen wreaths before. Arnold picks an armful of apple blossoms and brings it to his family. They make a flower arrangement together. It is summer. Now I have a connection to another story. Remember when I read The Tiny Seed? And it went through autumn, winter, spring, and summer? It looks like this book is also going to go through the seasons. So that's how we make a connection from a story, one story to another story. Arnold's apple tree has big green leaves that rustle in the wind. Arnold builds a tree house. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. His apple tree shades him from the hot summer sun. The green leaves shelter him during the summer showers. You know, I live in Arizona and we have summer showers. They're called monsoons. There's another connection I could make. Arnold watches small apples begin to grow from where the blossoms used to be. They grow bigger, bigger, and bigger. With some big green apples, Arnold does a juggling act for his tree friend. It's pretty cool. It is fall. There's that season again. Arnold's apple tree now has big, red, tasty apples. Ooh, have you ever eaten an apple? There's another connection to the story. The green leaves have turned golden. They drift to the ground. Oh my goodness, drift. We're making so many connections. The word drift is a vocabulary word. Man, what a good job making connections. Arnold gathers some leaves and brings them up to his treehouse to make a soft floor to lie on. Arnold shakes the branches and the red apples fall to the ground. He pushes them in a basket and takes them home. He puts them in a basket and takes them home. Arnold and his family make apple pies with the apples from Arnold's apple tree. Have you ever baked or made food with your family? There's another connection. They put the rest of the apples into the cider press and make fresh apple cider. I love apple cider. That's one of Mrs. K's favorite drinks. On Halloween Day, Arnold decorates some of the biggest apples. They glow in the moonlight under his tree on Halloween night. Can you make a connection about things that you do on Halloween? Maybe you dress up. Maybe you paint other kinds of things. It is winter. Snow falls. It is quiet. The branches of Arnold's apple tree are bare. Bare means empty. That means they don't have leaves. Arnold hangs strings of popcorn and berries on them for the winter birds to eat. Do you decorate a tree in the winter? He builds a snow fort around the bottom of his tree. Arnold built a snowman to keep him and his tree company during the winter. The snow melts away and it's spring again. I have another connection. The tiny seed started in autumn and ended in autumn. This book starts in spring and ends in spring. That's another connection. Great job making connections during my read aloud story. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.